30 seconds to go. Minnesota ball up 4. They double. Randall fights through it. Here's Edwards. He'll pop. In and out on the 3. Gobert taps it out, though, to Randall. Back to Edwards. Another try. That one's good. Anthony Edwards with 34.
Another offensive rebound. Comes back to hunt Golden State.
That was the dagger right there as Minnesota goes on to win this game. They got a 2-1 series lead as we welcome into Playoff Central Live, presented by State Farm. Nabil Kareem alongside 3D and Brendan Haywood. We got complete post-game coverage coming up here on the show. We're going to hear from the players, coaches, and from these guys right here. Minnesota going on a 20-7 run in that fourth quarter, because for a moment there, we were talking about it back there.
A moment.
Jimmy Butler and what he did, we'll get to Jimmy Butler in a second, but Golden State was in a great position to take this game.
Yeah, they were in a perfect position. I thought the Wolves played around too much, that you let a team that was wounded hang in the game long, play with confidence. A guy like Kuminga comes off the bench with 30 big ones. I mean, if Podziemski's plays better, he's one of 10. Maybe they're close in this game coming down the stretch. He's one of those guys you're saying you have to step up along with everyone else. To your point, we'll get into Jimmy in a minute, but give Ant-Man some credit. Give Julius Randle some credit with his triple-double down the stretch, making big plays to that 20 run you're talking about.
And that's what it comes down to. Down the stretch, what you saw was one team had their star, the other team didn't.
Right.
And so 5 minutes to play, it's a close game, it's nip and tuck, and we just see Ant-Man make play after play, hitting shots, drawing the defense in. And if it wasn't Ant-Man, then we had Julius Randle making plays also. They were able to also get some key offensive rebounds during that stretch. It's just Golden State, I give them a lot of credit for the effort they were able to put into. But you get to the last 5 minutes of the game, and this team is basically all about –
get us a bucket.
It's all about Steph Curry.
Right.
They're not used to playing – even though Jimmy had a great game, they're not used to playing that style of just watch Jimmy play.
Right.
You know, they're used to the motion and the actions and the weak side cuts and everything that Steph brings. You get into a close game against a very good team and your best player's not there. The way the offensive structure is normally set up is now something totally different. You have to kind of expect this type of outcome.
And on the flip side of things for Minnesota, they know exactly what to do in those situations. Anthony Edwards, 13 points in that fourth quarter. And Julius Randle, like you mentioned, that triple-double. He had 5 assists in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I thought he was huge in understanding the moment that he and Draymond was getting into a wrestling match, if you will, but staying in the right emotion, not getting emotional in the moment, doing anything crazy. Ant-Man misses a 3. He gets the rebound, goes right back to Ant-Man again. He knocks down 3. So little plays like that, I thought he was perfect down the stretch, staying in the moment.
Yeah, it's about making winning plays. Sometimes you see guys get an offensive rebound and they'll just force it back up and throw up a wild shot. And in the past, Julius Randle sometimes would do that. Now he's playing winning basketball. You saw when he got that offensive rebound late, he kicked it right back to Ant. Ant knocks down the dagger 3 in the corner, and that's what it was all about. Julius Randle, big-time game, triple-double, big-time rebounding, play great.
You know, you talk about in the past, there felt like there was a sense of calm from Minnesota. Even before they went on that run. Too calm, you think?
Yeah. They didn't come out with the right. No,
I meant late in the game. Late in the game.
Well, we're all watching the game and say, okay, they start off good, okay, and then they hit a little bit. We were all like, when is Minnesota going to put their will on this game and say, you don't have Steph. Yes, Jimmy's being more aggressive, but y'all hanging around too much. We should be up by 15, 18, 20 points. It shouldn't have waited to the fourth quarter. To your point, I think you said back there, like, this is about to get to that moment where if they don't start pushing this thing away, now you're letting NBA players get confidence, start making some shots in that fourth quarter. To your point, then they finally hit that button.
You mentioned Jimmy Butler. I mean, he was fantastic in this game, 33 points. After the last game, he said, listen, I can still go out and get 40 if my team needs it. His team needed more production, and he was great from the get-go.
He understood the assignment. There's no Steph Curry. They brought him here for a reason. He said they're Batman and Robin. Well, guess what? Batman isn't here tonight. I know he calls himself Robin, but you got to put the cape on tonight, okay? Exactly. You got to be Batman. You got to drive the Batmobile, and that's exactly what Jimmy Butler did. I like to see it. He was aggressive. He was driving to the basket. He was getting to his spots. He was finding a way to get to the free throw line, just doing all the things that we've seen from Jimmy Butler that gave him that nickname, what? Playoff Jimmy.
There you go. And didn't force it. as he says, I'm not a volume shooter, so you were still able to play your game and get up 26 shots, where the first couple games throughout the playoffs, he would drive and he was looking for somebody else, where tonight, I thought he did a good job of knowing when to look for his shots.
You know, some Warrior fans, obviously, they're going to be disappointed. All Warrior fans are going to be disappointed with the loss, but then you see again the production from Jonathan Kuminga. That's a second straight game when they needed something. This was like a playoff career high for him, 30 points.
Hey, are you cool? You cool with Steve Kerr?
Hey, Steve.
Hey, Steve, man, why does kid even play?
Man? Yeah, why? Oh, yeah. Oh, y'all fixed it? Okay, he gonna play more in this game, too.
Hey, listen, man, I'm not sure if he has to start. Maybe you keep him in the same role. But I give Kuminga his credit. Mm-hmm. Wasn't a lot of fuss, wasn't a lot of noise, and you know he was not happy with the way the minutes have been, especially when he totally fell out of that rotation.
Come on, man.
His numbers called, no Steph Curry. And these last couple of games, he has been stepping up, making huge plays.
Yeah.
I mean, physical plays.
Yes.
I mean, big-time dunks, knocking down threes. He had a dunk, like not this game, but the previous game, we just straight up went up and dunked in Rudy's face. I mean, he's just showing that ability, and this is a great example for a lot of young players. When you're down on that bench, don't hold your head and stop working. You got to keep grinding every day because you never know when your number's called. And when your number's called, you have to be ready. When that door opens up, you got to be ready to walk through it. That's what Jonathan Kuminga is doing. He's taking advantage of the opportunity, and he put on an absolute show tonight.
Yeah, especially when they started slow. The second game in a row, he comes out, gives them a spark. He was a +5 in this game, the only Warriors player who was a plus.
The genie's out the bottle, Steve Kerr. You can't put that man back on the bench.
I'm sure Steve Kerr's going to get asked about it, but first let's go to Chris Finch, who's at the podium.
Chris, that was a battle of a game. Like, what did you see from your guys offensively in the fourth to find that final push that you needed?
Yeah, I mean, we started playing through Julius a little bit more and got great spacing. And I thought for the first time consistently all game, we actually went somewhere. I thought, we kind of were in each other's way all night long. I mean, they were very physical and aggressive on the ball, but I thought, we were able to kind of get better spacing and go somewhere quick with the ball.
We've talked about all playoffs, but Julius, I mean, a triple-double tonight.
Yeah.
And he wasn't on early offense, or with his shot at least, but
yeah.
How do you see him just find his way in these games to make the impact he's making?
Well, he's playing with so much force and determination, and he's going out there early and aggressive, and he's exerting a ton of energy on the defensive end with his body and his rebounding. He's playing a complete game for us, no doubt. And sometimes when it's really sticky on the perimeter, like they're holding all the time everywhere, and they're really handsy, we play through him, and he just kind of gives us a pressure release, so.
3 kind of clutch wins in the postseason for you so far. Just what has this team found comfort-wise related to Julius and Ant in these moments that has really benefited them?
I mean, we're making some shots for sure. We're getting stops, but we were getting stops throughout the regular season. We're just winning the possession battle in clutch time now. We're not giving the ball back on cheap turnovers. We're not giving up as many or any second chance opportunities. Today we actually were really big on the boards and in clutch time ourselves, getting some second shot opportunities. So that's it. That's really, if you had to boil it down to one thing, it's just getting more looks at it.
With Ant's night, quiet first half, comes on in the second half. How did you see him navigate the game?
I mean, he's I like the way he started. I thought he was aggressive and doing the right things. And in the first half, when he was putting the ball on the deck, he was drawing such a crowd. We were actually able to, find some cleaner looks. But he really got himself going with the dunk. We needed to spread the floor for him a bit more. He needed to just go downhill. I thought there was, again, too much traffic around him at times, and we just needed to kind of open up the floor for him. So.
Chris, did your court IQ meet your standards, or do you think that they just made you play ugly in many respects?
I mean, they made the game ugly. They did a great job of just being super physical and trying to, kind of, like I said, take it into the mud. And we could certainly obviously do things better and smarter. We'll look at the tape to try to see where we can. But I was proud of our guys because we got right down in the mud there with them. So.
And that shot distribution, I mean, Ant and Julius took a lot more of the shots than usual. Is that just because that's what the game was giving you?
I think so. It was it was hard to get somebody else into the game. I felt with the physicality out there,